Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Hello there, Estey, Peace. How are you? And Carmen Lisa, how are you doing? Hello, everyone. This is Ernestine. Hey, Ernestine. Hey, Christine. How are you? I gotta make sure I know which one of my cameras are which. How are you guys doing? Hey, Tom, how are you? Hey, Miss Shirley, long time no see. Hey, Robin, how are you? Hi, Carmen. Excuse me, Carmen Lisa. Hey, Lauren. Hi, Raquel. How are you? Aisha. Okay. Sorry about that. Hi, Aisha. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing. I don't have my glasses in here with me. Hey there. You say Hua too? All right then. Hua. It's Dolores. Let's look. Who we got here? Okay, hold on a minute. Everybody's coming in really fast. You got Nubia, you got Tanya, Gladys, Carisha, Dolores, Roxanne. How are you? Well, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. That's okay. Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Michael. I'm so sorry, Shirley. My condolences go out to you and your family. Hi, Miss Chat, Nancy, Jonathan, Lisa from UK. Okay. Calvin. Hey there. Raquel, Carol, virtuous woman. I like that. Hi, Vaughn. Hi, Vaughn. You made the live finally. I'm not going to be able to stay on long, okay? Because Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, will be on live on a radio show. So I need to go and support her. Hey, New Donna Rises. How you doing, sir? Darlene and Ash. Let's see who else. Robin, Judy, Kay. Hey, Stevie Bananas, you're in the hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're praying for, hey, Felicia. We're praying for her. Hey, Jennifer. Lori, how are you? Lauren and Misha. I hope your grandmother does well. Hey, Mark, how are you? Lizzie, how are you? We'll get to the questions in just a minute. Hey, Robin, Jennifer. Hey, Miss Rhonda, how are you? Trisha. Hey, T. Williamson. I am having a good evening. I have my glasses with me. I need to get my Samara. Yes. Could you go to the car and grab my glasses, please? You love Helen Sadler and she loves y'all back. She's coming on at 6 o'clock. She's coming on at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So Central Time, I guess it's 8 o'clock. Takesha, hi there. Hey, Terry. Hey, Kay. Hi, Miss Joyce. Hi, Miss Ashley. Shayna. Hey, Shayna. Hi, Kathy. Yes, they're sending condolences to you, Miss Shirley. You just said the same thing? Well, hello there, King. How are you, William? Hi, Roxy and Deborah and Rhonda. My glasses are right. You got me? No. Okay. You got me? No. Oh, thank you. It's not a haircut, girl. It'll be long next week. Don't worry. Hey, Deborah. Let's see. Maria. Good evening to you too, Miss Ashley. That's Terry. You got your glasses too? Hey, Marilyn, how are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Pandy. Okay, hold on. Let me switch these cameras so I can get them closer. Give me just a second. Oh, sorry, y'all. Y'all landed in my lap. Sorry about that. All righty. I think that's a little better. I'm doing great. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Miss you. Would you like to come on camera? No. Hi, Miss Tracy. Yes, hey, so a lot of you guys are getting messages So Kay was saying the same thing. So someone has duplicated Helen Sadler or Sadler underscore Helen and is sending out messages to people discussing finances and government grants or something like that. Somebody sent me the pictures of what's, so she does not, that's not her page. So if you guys get inboxes like that on your Instagram page, where all of a sudden you're getting a message from Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, but it's going to say Helen underscore Sadler. Helen Sadler, or it's going to say Sadler underscore Helen. And you guys get messages talking about finances or asking you about finances or talking to you about some kind of government grant or something like that. That is not her. And if you guys can, please make sure you report it. So as soon as they send you the email, do not get into a conversation with them. Just immediately report it, okay? I miss you guys too, but immediately report that page, okay? Because someone has duplicated her page, not just once, but I think 3 times, and on 3 different occasions. Some of you guys are sending me the messages and you're showing me what's being sent out. That is not her. She does not request money. She does not talk about government grants. She's not the type of person to say, hey, what's good or what's up. That's not even her language. So please, whatever you do, if you guys get any kind of messages like that in your inbox, report it immediately, okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Is that Santana? Thank you so much. So listen, I only have 30 minutes because I have to jump on to support my mentor, Helen Sadler. And if you go to my Facebook page, or if you go to her community tab or my community tab, you'll see the you can call in and listen to the radio interview that she's doing at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And so I want you guys to make sure you go support her, but I don't want to be on at the same time that she's on. So moderators, if you guys give me about 25 minutes, that'll give me enough time to switch over so I can hear her. Give me 25 minutes, and instead of me having this long conversation with you guys, I'm gonna make sure we just get straight to the messages. I'm sorry. Somebody just sent me something. I'm sorry. Thank you, Raina. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, you guys ready? You guys ready? So let's start with the question. Give me 25 minutes. I'm missing Telsha. I'm missing Just Be Real. Thank you, Miss Nubia. I appreciate you. Every time you come on here, I am truly honored. Thank you so much. You don't know what a blessing that is to me. Sometimes, you don't know. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. So you guys ready? So moderators, I got Stevie Bananas. I got New Dawn Arises. And the only people I'm missing is Telsha, and I'm missing Just Be Real. But Just Be Real normally pops in right in the middle of us talking. So if you two can give me 25 minutes so we can go ahead and get started, okay? Let's go ahead and get started with the questions, okay? Samara? I'm getting it. Oh, okay, you heard it? Okay. So why do narcs hoover? Even with new supply, they hoover because, first of all, they're selfish. They're all about themselves, and they're probably not getting enough fuel. So fuel means attention. Fuel means that ego boost. So if they're not getting enough and they need some more, they'll hoover you in order to get some fuel. So I did a video on that, but they'll hoover you to try to refuel as they're trying to pull in a supply that was as good as you. And when I say as good as you, that's not a positive statement. As good as you does not mean that's a positive statement. As good as you means that normally the primary supply is the most beat up, most abused, supply out of all so you have secondary supply. Secondary supply can be more than one secondary supply. But when you're a primary supply, you're the most abused and misused person in that relationship. And so if you are a good supply, that means you are super abused and misused, Package came in?
Yeah.
But that was the Amazon?
No.
Is that mine?
No.
That's mine? How you gonna open up my package? I'm sorry, y'all. How you gonna open up my package? But the primary supply is the most abused and misused out of all the relationships. So when I say good supply means that you are the one that was most pliable. You're the one that put up with the most. You're the one that's the most abused. You're the one that was misused and abused. Okay, used and abused to a point where you just didn't have the energy to leave, or you haven't left. And so they keep coming back to you. You see what I mean? They keep coming back. They keep hoovering you because you gave out, you kept accepting them. You kept accepting their mess. See, New Dawn Arises is a man, and he says that he was the primary supply. See? So males and females do it. Why do narcs self-sabotage? Is it on purpose, or do they think what they're doing will work in their favor? Vaughn, they always think what they're doing works in their favor. Number one, you have to remember that a person that has narcissistic personality disorder has a mental disorder. Even though to you guys, a mental disorder may it sounds like they're walking around salivating and slobbing at the mouth. People with mental disorders do not walk around. Think about it for just a minute. A person with emotional or mental disorder could be a person that has major depressive disorder, panic disorder, agoraphobia. They could have PTSD, so this is a mental disorder. It means a mental disturbance. And so when you're dealing with a personality disorder, a person with a personality disorder, if you read the DSM, it causes problems in their own life, and it causes problems in other people's lives. And so they're so disordered and they're so dysfunctional in their thinking, but yet they look normal to average people. Think about it. They look their age, they chronologically look their age, they look good, they smell good. Some of them hold down good jobs. You're so welcome. They hold down good jobs. Some of them drive nice cars, have nice homes, know how to pay bills, and some of them don't. There's a spectrum, so it's the lower end to the greater narcissist to the higher end of narcissism. But the person has thank you so much, Crimson. Hold on just a minute. You have to go look on Facebook, Crimson. It's on Facebook, and it's on his. If you join Quinn Holiday on his private network on Instagram, it's on his, and then it's on my Facebook. You'll find the video. But you have to remember, you're dealing with a person that has a personality disorder, and the personality disorder, for it to be dysfunctional, because most people have narcissistic traits, but it doesn't mean that they have narcissistic personality disorder. There are 9 traits. If you look them up, there are 9 traits of narcissistic personality disorder. They usually have 5 out of 9 to classify them as having narcissistic personality disorder. And with that disorder, they're very dysfunctional. They have a hard time with people, relationships. They have a hard time with people, relationships, friends. It's dysfunctional. And so when I say dysfunctional, in their minds, it's almost like a defense mechanism turned inside out. And so when it turned inside out, what ends up happening is they self-sabotage. That's what they do. Everything that they do is self-sabotaging. And see, a lot of times what happens is when you're in these relationships with these narcissists, you think that they're defeating you, and in actuality it's flipped the other way around. They have you looking the other way around, making you feel like you're the one that's dysfunctional, like you're the one that's causing problems, like you're the one, but it's actually them. They are self-sabotagers. It looks like they're always getting away with something because 9 times out of 10, you're constantly fighting them. You're constantly reacting. And so the more you react, the more you sabotage yourself in reacting. But in actuality, once you learn how to gray rock, once you learn how to respond and not react, you'll notice just how dysfunctional they really are. They are that dysfunctional, and they always self-sabotage. It's just that it's almost like, you catch somebody all the time, and that you catch somebody doing something, like an enabler. They constantly are rescuing a person. So the more that they rescue, the less you see. They never learn from their mistakes, which a narcissist is not going to learn anyway because they don't want to. But they're constantly jumping, so you're constantly, picking them up and catching them. So if you constantly picking them up and catching them, it always looks like you're the dysfunctional person. But once you let them fall on their face a couple of times, then you'll actually see the truth that they're the ones that have the dysfunction and not you. You see what I mean? So hopefully, I know it was a long answer, but hopefully that answered your question. Joshua said, got custody battle coming up with the NAR. Any advice? She's married to 2 different men and won't let me see him. Joshua, unfortunately, thank you, Debbie. Joshua, unfortunately, I cannot give you legal advice. That's something that, and especially if she's married to 2 different people, that's illegal anyway. If you can prove that, she's gonna get in trouble in court anyway. The one thing that I can tell you, when you go in there, Joshua, especially as a man, you have to be prepared mentally that she's gonna throw out all stops, that you're the one that's abusive. Whatever you do, do not react. Be quiet, think about what you're gonna say, follow the lead of your lawyer and do not react, because she's going to say some things to offend you. She's going to say some things that's going to make you feel it's going to really make you feel less than a man. That's going to make you feel emasculated. But remember this one thing: before you open up your mouth and say anything, think about what you're going to say before you say it. Trust your lawyer not to say anything. You see what I mean? Whatever you do, think it out first, because you have to be prepared mentally. She's coming out with all sorts of stuff. So whatever you can do, keep calm. Look at the judge. Don't look at her. When she gets upset, don't make facial expressions. Don't make any kind of facial expressions. I'm telling you, just be careful. But take your advice from your lawyer, because I'm not able to give you I cannot give you legal advice, okay? All I can do is tell you how to conduct yourself. And a lot of times I need to know more about your story. And so a lot of times I tell you guys, make an appointment with me for coaching, so I know more of your story, so I know more about the behaviors of the narcissist that you're with. Once I know the behaviors of the narcissist you're with, I can give you different type of advice, because most of the time it's just a general statement. Hey, Michael. Hey there, big brother. I mean, little big brother. You're little big brother. Well, you little tiny brother now. Hey, Michael. Thank you so much. But yes, most of the time I need to do one-on-one with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, New Dawn Rising. But a lot of times I need one-on-one, because I need to know the behavior patterns of the narcissist that you're with. I need to ask you questions on things that they've done. Sometimes I need to know your story in order for me to help interject and say something to you. Hey, Mr. Keith, how are you? But I need to, so I know where to interject and how to interject, because of the fact that I need to know them. I need to know more about them to help you in your process. What is the usual, Raina asks, what is the usual pattern of a narcissist, the cycle of the primary involved in the covert? I'm not quite sure what that means. What is the usual pattern of a narcissist? It is love bombing. It is devalue. It is discard. That's a cycle. Love bombing, devalue, discard. Love bombing, devalue, discard. I did a video on that as well. You know, the hoovering, the love bombing, the discard, not the discard, but the you know, that's the part of the trauma bonding, but the discard. Come on, y'all help me out. It's the love bombing, devalue. There we go. Love bombing, devalue, discard, recycle. Love bombing, devalue, discard, recycle. So when they hoover you, they're going to love bomb you back in. Then they're going to disrespect you. They're going to devalue you. Then they're going to discard when they come back. That is your whole life cycle in a relationship with a narcissist. That is the whole life cycle in the relationship of a narcissist until you leave. Do they always slam the door when they leave? You mean like, or you mean like really slam the door, or slam the door when they leave, meaning that they close the door and don't come back? Most of them don't. They usually, if you leave the door open, they'll keep on coming back in. It's up to you to close that door. Yeah, wash, rinse, repeat. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Chanel. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Can we trade places with the narc? Because sometimes I feel like he makes me just as crazy as him. If you've been with a narcissist long enough, you're going to pick up on some of their habits. Remember, you're learning coping skills. You're learning how to get your needs met in a dysfunctional way. So when you got a narcissist that is, when you have a narcissist that is abusive, or you know they're committing domestic violence, and so you're learning dysfunctional coping skills in order to get your needs met as well. Then you're fighting them the same way that they're fighting you. So most of you guys leave out of the relationship. Believe it or not, a lot of the people that I coach have narcissistic traits. They're not narcissists, but they've been so wounded that even sometimes when they're, thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. I'm so humble. Thank you so much. But most of you guys, a lot of people, you know, hurting people hurt people. When you come out of a relationship with a narcissist, you're coming out of the relationship hurt. You're coming out hurt. And so you are very defensive. And so when you're dealing with a person that's trying to help you through the process, a lot of times you're triggered because you know, they have abused their authority. A lot of you have been wounded by parents. You have been wounded by people in a position of authority. And so if you've been wounded by a person in a position of authority, 9 times out of 10, if you come to me and you coach, you're going to see that I'm a soldier for real. You know, and I will hold you accountable to how you think and the things that you say. Now, for some people, that's a trigger. because of the fact that that's how they conducted themselves. But it's not me that is tearing up the leadership. It was them that tore up the leadership. You see what I mean? And the thoughts of what leadership is about. So a lot of people are triggered by strong women or strong men. A lot of people are triggered by, hey there, Diamond Girl. But a lot of people are triggered by authoritative figures. Not the fact that they don't know whether they're going to hurt them or not, but it's a constant reminder of what was done to them. Especially if you have been abused and misused by your parents, by your husband, by your wife. So most of the time, and a lot of times, there are things that remind you of them, you know. So a lot of times, hold on, let me see, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. But hopefully that answered that question. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, Samara. Samara. Come here. You started young. It started young for me in the grooming and all. Yep. Oops, sprayed myself in the face. And they give you the silent treatment. Yes, they do. Oh, thank you so much, Narcissist Domestic Violence and Healing Support Incorporated. You guys make sure you check her out, too. She does support groups. You guys will love her. She's awesome. How do you get your phone protected from being hacked by a certified supervisor of a service provider call center? There's nothing I can do to keep the spoofing off my phone. You're going to have to call your company, Amy. Now, what I look like? Do I look like a phone tech? The food should not be upstairs. And number two, I also need you, do me a favor. Can you text Auntie Kathy? Can you? Text Auntie Kathy and tell her it's 5:45. Tell her you're texting from me. But now, Amy, you know I do not look like a phone tech. I mean, you know, sometimes I have a lot of answers, but not all the answers, honey. But what I'm saying is that is a question that you need to contact your service provider and let them know what they're doing. They can help you better than I can. I don't know anything about phone. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to stop all that. So I need you know if there's anything I can do legally. Well, if you can prove it, you need to talk to the phone company. Talk to the phone company. Talk to your carrier and let them know what is happening. They will program you to be susceptible to the abuse. You have to be deprogrammed by God's word. Yes, you do. And believe it or not, sometimes people that are not Christian coaches or Christian counselors, a lot of times they give you good information that you have to learn how to apply, because they do program you. Yes. Hey, just be real. What did I tell you guys? I know her like the back of my hand. I told y'all she was going to come in the middle of the video. She's faithful though. But yes, you know, hold on, I was just commenting here. What was I saying? Okay, I'm sorry, but I lost my train of thought and I apologize. Please forgive me about that. What about when they're unkind to their kids? They're unkind to everybody. I did some videos on that as well. They don't have, you're welcome, Shayna, but they're unkind to everybody. So they don't have the capacity to, you know, we have the capacity to connect with people and care for them and love them and want the best for them. That's why a lot of you guys are having a hard time, you know, getting away from them, because you still love them, you know. But think about it, the love that you have for them is a dysfunctional love. It's not a healthy love. So just like Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, was saying, she did a video, I think, last night, and what she was saying was you fell in love. You didn't grow in love with them. And then on top of that, you were tricked. You were tricked into it. And so you were tricked into something, and you were deceived. And so you actually don't, hey there from Hong Kong, but you don't, you fell in love with this individual, but it's a dysfunctional love. And most people have never had an example or have been in a healthy relationship or had healthy parental relationships. And so it was always unhealthy. So you don't even know what to model that after. And so all you know is I love this person. And later on, as you come out of the relationship, you begin to see how dysfunctional this relationship was. But yes, you still have feelings for the person. You've been with this person. You've been connected to this person. But that individual, he or she had a commonality with you, but they're not able to love the way that you love. They're not able to connect the way that you connect. Everything has an ulterior motive behind it. If they're with you because there's something you supply and give them, whether it's a house, car, status quo, whatever it is. But there's always an ulterior motive behind it, to include the kids. The kids are new sources of supply to them. And so they don't have the capacity to love anybody. They don't have the capacity to love anybody. Do they have emotions? Yes. Anger, rage, jealousy, hatred. Those are the emotions that they carry. Were you ever a victim of a narc? If so, how did I break from them? If you don't follow me long enough, I done told y'all a little bit about my story. Yes, I am a survivor of domestic violence. Almost 50 years worth of experience in narcissistic family and romantic relationship. Married for 20 years, with the person for 22 years, a malignant, mid-range, somatic, and cerebral narcissist. Switch back and forth, but a cerebral, somatic narcissist. And so, yes, my children were abused. I was abused. I was in the military. I was abused. I did not know what type of abuse I was going through. I didn't know it was narcissist abuse. All I knew was that I was going through domestic violence, but I didn't know it had a name to it until, years ago when I started teaching about it. Then it dawned on me. I was like, wow, this individual is a narcissist. And so a lot of things that I teach you guys are the same things that I have to do. And I have to, listen to my own advice that I give you guys. Because remember, I do have a kid. I've got 3 children, and one of them happens to be his biological child. And so I still have to deal with that from time to time myself. So these narcissists are like they're predators. And so, and not only predators, the fact that is you have to learn the things that I teach you guys when it comes to gray rocking, when it comes to, no contact, the gray rocking, learning how to control your emotions, to respond and not react. Because I'm no different than some of y'all. I want to go blow up stuff. I want to go slap somebody in the mouth. I want to slap fire out of somebody too. I don't mind. I'm a fighter. I can fight. Well, I used to be able to fight. I think I can still fight. But I mean, the same things that I teach you guys are the same things that I have to apply to my life. So I'm no better than you guys are. I'm just in a position now where I can teach you about it because I had learned to master those things that I'm teaching you guys. But don't think that narcissist doesn't pop up like a sore thumb, pop up. Of course, I've got to, tell them it's emotional, psychological abuse. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't mind slapping a fire at somebody, but dang, but how does that make me look as a coach to you guys? So I have to follow my, my own advice. Does that make sense? Does the court recognize this as domestic violence? Well, you got to remember, they don't understand what narcissist abuse is. It's psychological abuse. Some of it is psychological abuse. Some of it is physical abuse. And some of it is psychological and physical abuse. But all of it is psychological abuse. So you got psychological abuse. You have physical abuse. All of it is psychological abuse. And some of them, learn to manipulate enough where they know not to put their hands on you. So they know that it's more powerful to psychologically abuse you versus physically abusing you. So the court system recognizes abuse, but, it depends on what state you are in. And depending on the state that you're in, and depending on the state that you guys are in, also depends on what they consider as domestic violence and what they can charge a person for. Someone I used to know was trying to groom me for a promotion. When I realized it took control over the game he was playing, flipped the switch and told him that that's nobody's business. He overtly hoovered me once and I ignored him like he didn't exist. Thank you for you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Hey, so I know I got to cut this short, and I really truly apologize because I have to get off because I have to go and support Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. So they need to start recognizing this in the court. That's what a lot of us are working on. So that's why I tell you guys, you got to be careful who you guys support on YouTube. You have to be careful who you support on YouTube because think about it. You've got people that are clinicians. You have people that are mental health professionals, psychologists and psychiatrists. You have lawyers that are talking about it, and they're professional in how they bring you the information. Now, I take it and I make it, edible so you guys can understand what I'm talking about without using these big terms. But the problem is when you have all these channels where people are talking about narcissist abuse, and some of the stuff that they're saying is just ignorant, or some of the stuff that they're saying, messing with your emotion and inciting anger out of you, how is that going to help when you have to bring something to pass a bill? How is that going to help when you try to create a law? How is that going to help when you're going into the court system and you're trying to work on, helping these people that are going through this domestic violence? That some of it is emotional, some of, we're not talking about the narcissists themselves. We're talking because they have a mental health disorder, but we're talking about the abuse. And so you guys got to be careful who you guys support on YouTube just because him or she is cute. And so, because a lot of people won't take us serious. When they hear the terms, they just kind of blow us off. And so it makes it harder for those of us that are professionals that are really in the field trying to work to get this passed, to make this recognized, to get this taught. You see what I mean? Joshua says, she future fake and a habitual liar, constant confusion, trauma bonded, and use her 2 kids against me. I need an angel to save my son. Contact information. The contact information is coming up on here. If you guys are, so I'm getting ready to get off though, okay? So here it is. New Dawn Horizon, just put it down here. It's Dr. Carmen Bryan at Outlook.com. And for those of you that are interested in coaching, give me an email. Send me an email and I provide you with my coaching fees. Some of you guys send me long letters, but you guys know that right there is an intake. And so that requires a session with me and there are fees associated with it. Those of you that are going off on me about charging fees, about not answering the question, I double dare you to go to your landlord and say the same thing to them. I can't believe it's all about money. I want you to tell your landlord that on the first of the month. A matter of fact, when your car note due, I want you to tell them the same thing. It's all about the money. I can't believe you won't let me ride in my car for free. Well, I am a fee-for-service provider. Remember that. And so when you contact me for coaching, I will provide you with the fees, for you to ask questions and for you to take my time for me to help you in your situation. And those of you guys know that work in the healing field, those that work in mental health and coaching, there is something that's called burnout, and there is something that's called, what some people know is called compassion fatigue. And so those of you that are working in this, you also have to be very careful to protect yourself, because that's all I work with. That's all we work with. Every day, back and forth, you're dealing with people on different levels of healing. You're dealing with broken people, hurting people. And so, yes, I am a fee-for-service provider. When you get my time, you're going to pay for my time for me to invest that much energy in helping you. You see what I mean? Because you're not going to burn me out for free. That's not going to work. So I'm just being honest with you guys. And those of you that are coaches and mental health professionals, some of you empaths that want to help everybody, you'll burn yourself out. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then whatever people don't value you, everything, true enough, everything doesn't have a price tag. But if they value you, they're willing to pay for your time. And so some of you guys, well, I just need the help. No, they need to pay for your time. So if you invest your time and you put that much energy out to help somebody, those of you that are planning on doing this, you make sure people don't get something for free, because if you always give them something for free, that's always what they expect of you. They're not willing to pay for your time and they don't understand your value. So if you don't put your value, hey, Natasha, but if you don't invest in yourself and you don't let them know what your value is, they're not going to invest back in you. So some of you guys stop feeling bad that people get mad at you. I got people go off on me all the time. I just block them. I don't have time for all that. I got bills to pay, child. I got a child to put through school. I got a house note to pay. So as some of y'all are the same way. And so this is a business. And I come on here and provide you with services, and some of you guys are getting a lot out of these videos. That's why I do what I do, because not everybody can afford coaching. That's why I do what I do. And so I appreciate that. But you have to know your value. You have to know your value. Michael Jordan know his value. Nike know their value. You're going to negotiate. Some of you guys spend $200-$300 on tennis shoes, but you don't want to spend some little money to go talk to a coach to invest in your soul, meaning in your emotional health and your mental health. You walk around with some pretty sneakers and some real classy clothes and a real cute purse, but your mind is all jacked up. Your heart is all jacked up. You cute, but you all jacked up. You no good for yourself and nobody else. You see what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying, is invest in yourself and know your own value. Know your value. You don't let people cross your boundaries. You don't let people cross my boundaries. I don't care. And you got to remember, when you got people that are hurting like that, manipulate, because that's what they learned to do when they were with a narcissist. They learn to manipulate. So some of you coaches that are getting ready to start doing this kind of business have been asking me questions. Be prepared. People are going to manipulate you to get services. Yes, people are hurting. Yes, they are, because I was in that position at one time. People are hurting. Yes, they are. But don't allow them to use their emotions to manipulate you and providing with free services when you have a family to support. When you're doing this and you have the education behind you and training behind you and you got a degree, you trying to pay off. You don't give people something for free because they're always going to want something for free. You have to invest in yourself. And so the next thing that I'm saying is on October 24th, there's a conference coming up with Destiny Helper, Helen Sadler Destiny Helper, your Destiny Helper. You can go and get your tickets now. Get yourself a ticket. It's $80 for 4 hours. And you're talking to two professionals. You're talking to a senior presiding prelate, a senior pastor that is well versed in dealing with the spiritual and the biblical side and coaching, dealing with narcissist abuse. And then you have me as a clinician, a doctor level clinician. You know, you got a doctor level. Well, I'm the level of the doctor of education, and then a master level clinician with a doctor's degree in education, just bringing you some information that people are willing to pay $5,000 to $6,000 for 4 to 5, 6 hours. And you guys are getting it for $80. That's less than coaching. $80 for 4 hours, $20 per hour. So you guys don't be sending me these emails talking about, I can't believe y'all charging that much. Well, it's not for you. So you don't want to invest in yourself. You got to invest in yourself. And empaths, some of you guys need to invest in yourself because, exactly. But empaths, some of you guys need to know who you are. Yes, some of you guys need to know who you are. Some of you guys are broken. You don't understand why you think that way. You have empathetic children. You don't really know how to talk to them. You guys need to learn about yourself. Learn as much as you can so you empaths know how powerful you are and how much we need you. Empaths, you guys are sensitive. You have a gift of mercy and healing. You know, you guys are just, you have big hearts. Me, on the other hand, you get on my nerves enough. I'm not even a narcissist, but you get on my nerves enough, I just cut you off. I just hang up the phone. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I'll talk to you later. I'll call you back. And you won't hear from me for a few weeks, you know. So I'm not an empath. But some of you guys are empaths. And everybody doesn't need to be labeled. Everybody is not an empath. You know, it's not a narcissist empath. So what am I? Same thing. Some of you guys, what am I then? The same thing I am. I'm not an empath. You just have empathy. But you guys need to invest in yourself. So make sure you go. It is yourdestinyhelper.com. And they're doing registrations right now. And go ahead and sign up before it closes because there's a limited slots. So you guys make sure, because you're going to be with us for 4 hours. We're going to be talking to you for 4 hours. That's some good information, and that's a healing session for you guys. So make sure you guys get like, yes, calling on, there she go. So Demetria is her administrator, and she put the information over here. Make sure you also put your information to your jewelry. This is her jewelry line. So make sure you put your information on your jewelry line too, but yourdestinyhelper.com so you guys can sign up. So you guys can sign up for the conference. I'm going to send an intake description of my situation. I need all angles I can get. I want full custody. He doesn't deserve this. She laughs and smiles at this situation. I need your help. Don't send me an intake situation because I don't have time to read long emails. I'm really sorry. And I usually email people back and let them know I do not have time to read long emails. If you are doing an intake with me, that means you're paying for that. So I will send you my prices, and when I talk to you, I get the intake while you're talking to me. So guys, don't send me these long emails, okay? And then if you are outside the state of Washington, I cannot provide you with counseling, okay? It's on Zoom. Yes, it's on Zoom. The registration is yourdestinyhelper.com, and it will be a Zoom conference. It's not open to the public. This is only for those of you that are paying for the conference. It is Zoom only. You go to yourdestinyhelper.com, Shirley, yourdestinyhelper.com. But I cannot provide you with counseling outside of the state of Washington. If you need counseling, go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. I'm not one of the counselors, but you'll get a discounted rate, and you can connect with counselors that understand this type of abuse. And it will give it to you at a nominal fee. If you're having financial issues, let them know, and they'll assist you with a grant. Some of you guys need counseling before you get coaching. So some of you guys need to invest in counseling first, okay? Call the counselors first, and then yes, Washington State. So I'm a licensed counselor in the state of Washington. Those are the only people that I'm allowed to provide counseling to. If you're outside, outside the state of Washington, I provide you with coaching, but it's not the same as counseling. I will not be providing you counseling concerning PTSD, depression, major depression, anxiety, connecting you to medical providers, doing a mental health assessment. I'm not going to do that. That's not coaching. Okay, so I appreciate it. Dr. Carmen, is a relationship with a person with an antisocial disorder and a narcissist. Does the antisocial disorder typically yield to the narcissist? Well, so that is a cluster B personality disorder as well. So the cluster B personality disorder consists of narcissism, histrionic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, which used to be psychopath and sociopath, and borderline personality disorder. 9 times out of 10, most of them integrate with each other. So a lot of people that have narcissism also have borderline. A lot of people with borderline, there's a high percentage, they also have narcissism. And also a lot of all narcissists are malignant. But when you hear malignant narcissism, it means that that narcissist also has co-occurring, it could be anything, could be post-traumatic stress, could be autism, but they also may have antisocial personality disorder along with it. So you can see it because it intertwines with each other. A lot of times when I'm doing diagnosis, a lot of times borderline personality disorder will come up first. The symptoms of that will come up first before I can distinguish the fact that, oh, this is narcissism. And so you'll see a lot of those cluster together, a lot of those symptoms cluster together. So y'all, I got to go off. What about if you come to DC to book with you? If I come to DC, what if you come to DC to book? So I'm not in DC, I'm in Washington State. I'm in Washington State. And if you are not a resident of Washington State, then I cannot provide you with counseling. So you guys, hey, I got to get off. I need to go and support my leader. She is on. Go look at my community tab so you guys can call in and you can listen to the radio broadcast. She's going on right now. I know. I'm sorry. See, New Dawn, Just Be Real done rubbed off on you. You done came all out now. You used to be really quiet and shy. So Just Be Real, she done got to you. Look at you. She done got, Just Be Real, you done went over there and tainted folks. Hey, New Dawn throwing clocks. Let me know, time out, ceasefire, stop this way. So New Dawn, you done came all out. I'm glad your personality has come out. I'm glad, because at one point in time you were very quiet. You wouldn't say a whole lot. And now you just all out there. Yeah, she got you. Yep, she got you. So I'm glad though. I'm glad you finally came out of your nutshell and you are just being yourself and you being free. So hey, you guys, I'm getting ready to go, okay? I have to go. Hey, I had to fall back so they can be themselves, right? Well, you done brought them out. See, you're a true leader. That's what I'm talking about. Now, New Dawn, although, and Stevie Banana, he a hot mess too. So, hey, I'm getting ready to go, you guys. I got to hurry up. I got to go over there and support my leader, Destiny. So make sure you subscribe to her channel too. It is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. Look on my community tab. You'll have the information to go ahead and so you guys can hear her on the radio. She should be on right now. So I'm getting ready to get off, okay? I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I miss you guys, and I'll talk to you guys this week, okay? So I got 3 cameras I got to turn on, so give me just a minute. So you guys have a good evening, okay? Miss you guys, and you guys have a wonderful, go be great week. All right, so that was my Instagram. So let's see here. Hold on a minute. So let's share it. We're gonna share it. So y'all give me a minute. Let me share this. We're gonna post it. So it has been posted and it is closed. So hey, Facebook, you guys have a wonderful evening. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support. You guys are amazing too. And I miss you guys. I talked to you guys this week, all right? Okay, so this is my Facebook. So I'm coming over there to YouTube. You guys have a wonderful evening. Let me share the video. And we done did it. All right, y'all. So let me close that one out. Hey, Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube. Love you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for all the interaction. I'll see you guys this week, okay? Bye-bye, y'all.